Yo, street politician, 420 kids live direct in effect. It's going down. Oklahoma City bound. Dirty Mac, knowledge is key. What's happening? Hold on, we having technical difficulties going on. I don't know what's happening. But on tonight's show, we'll tackle racism in America and targeting our youth. You know, so we just want to let you inform you guys on how we feel about the situation, about the topic. Like I said, it's a topic that we're afraid to talk about, you know, as African Americans. Hey, brother, nice of you to join us. What's going on? See, we having some technical difficulties. Yeah, knowledge is key, Dallas, Texas. Oh, but like I said, hey, we're gonna jump right into the tonight's topic. In tonight's video, we're gonna start y'all off with a little video.
Many Republican candidates last Tuesday in the elections, critical race theory served as a useful scapegoat. And now some are asking, how long should schools wait before introducing children to the concept of race and the history of racism in the United States? A recent USA Today poll shows how divided parents are when it comes to teaching about race. When asked about teaching the ongoing effects of slavery and racism, black parents supported the idea with 82%, while white parent support was at little over 50%. But when asked about teaching critical race theory, black parents didn't see any difference between the two questions. However, white parents' support for that idea went down from 52% to only 37%. Joining me to help make
Yeah, man. So
wow,
tackling that, brother. What you think about that, brother?
Top the discrepancy. I mean, number one, I'm gonna keep it real. It definitely shows the mental illness within our community if we don't even know the difference between slavery and a critical race theory. Evidently, I would say the white parents do, and not only do they do, we're gonna get on their ass. We're gonna get on everybody's ass as a whole. However, I'm gonna say that it's sad. It's very sad that black people and what they calling black people would support slavery being taught at schools at 82%. White people just a little bit over 50%. So they don't even agree. All of these kids that's alive, even people my age, we have never been slaves. Never in my life have I been a slave. I might have been taught slavery, but I've never in this life been a slave. It never has happened. However,
I 100% disagree. But keep talking.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, we'll get to that. Yeah, but yeah, as far as this body goes in, I've never been a slave. I don't know any other people that have been a slave. Now, an indentured servant, definitely so, which is definitely another form of slavery. So it only depends on how far you're taking that. But what I'm saying is there's no reason for anybody's kids to be going to school and learning that because you are brown skinned, you are a slave. It's nonsense. Because you are white, you are a slave owner. That's nonsense. I don't know any white people that are alive right now that have owned me. It hasn't happened. I mean, unless you say indentured servitude. Now, there is a such thing as you being a slavery to whatever type of financial currency that we're under, that's ruling over everybody at certain points of time. So, but to make it here, I just had to get on the graphics of it. It's disgusting. I mean, you're talking about when you go to the whole topic of the critical race theory, white people, 25% of the white people wanted to be taught that other white people went to different people's land and massacred and slaughtered them. And this is how Europe is in control of a lot of things. Like, they don't want that taught to their kids in school. So
let me interrupt you real quick with the definition of critical race theory. Then you can get right back to it.
Most definitely.
Critical race theory is a cross-disciplinary examination by social and civil rights scholars and activists to explore how laws, social political movements, and media shape and are shaped by social conceptions of race and ethnicity. So I just wanted to give the audience what the definition was before you explain your perception of it.
All right, so what did you get out of that definition that you just read? What did you get the critical race theory? Like, what is it? What's the definition? Like, yeah, what's the critical race theory?
The critical race theory is we often tackle about, tonight's topic is about racism in America and targeting our youth. See, we see the targeting when it's black on black crime, and they often point that out in the media. Like I say, you will never hear white on white crime. The war in Ukraine isn't called white on white crime. You hear me? They perpetuate the petty stuff that goes on in our neighborhood, and then they have us to continue to perpetuate it. So, that's my thing about critical race theory. They're going to show you and teach us.
When you say they, I don't want to stop, but clarify they. Like, who is they that you're talking about?
Oh, we're talking about the people who's responsible for teaching us. Whoever they is, we're learning. We're African or black, and we're learning about white culture and white history. And on top of that, we
So they say. So they say that's what we're learning about.
In school, yeah. His story. The story that they teach, like you say, the slavery, the critical race theory. They don't want to teach the truth. They don't want to teach the truth about the matter and what actually happened. You said when they start talking about race theory, you see how the stats with the blacks, oh, let's teach it. Let's teach the truth. They say, oh, now they're talking about race. Hold on. That staggering 52% went to 37%.
Yeah.
So I got a counter question. Because, we always like I'm always talking about our youth and how we're targeted. And, hey, the story is, when are we going to stop complaining and do better? So with us being targeted as African Americans, not opinionated, this is statistically speaking, how about racism in America and targeting our youth. And if we don't want to talk about it, you hear me? We don't even want to talk about it as adults about racism. So of course we're going to throw our kids on the bus. It's easy to exploit the African American, the poor. You hear me? The poor people or the have-nots. Tell me about it. You disagree or you agree? Tell me about it.
I'm not gonna lie. The certain parts I agree. Certain parts I disagree. Now I agree that all of these things that we are talking about with the critical race theory, teaching slavery in school, does affect the mentality that we have in our communities. Now, I do feel like we have to talk about it in order to heal. But if we're not going to talk about it towards healing so we can build right after that, like if we're not setting shit up in a constructive manner, then it does no good to keep, I'm going to march for civil rights. I've been for my whole life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that shit is over with. Like, we're not going to talk about it, heal, move forward, if we're going to continue to hold on to the in-the-box theories. I mean, which face it, everybody knows the person they called Lucy was 1.5 million years old. So our history dates way back prior to slavery. Let's cancel that. Like, none of our beginnings were as slaves. If you're a child or any person around here, you've ever been told that shit, it is the biggest lie. Don't let them go to school, and you are the parent. You are the pay rent. See, we have to even get these terms under control. Seriously, you are the pay rent, which means you pay the rent. It means you pay the rent. That's all we seem to do. And then you send your kids to school so they can undergo a mind control, a steady dose of feeding them junk mail of information that don't stick with them. It just floods them up. Then by the time they're older, the only thing they're supposed to do is work. They're learning
critical race theory. They're learning critical race theory, but not in our favor. It's in their favor. It's in the oppressor's favor. It's not in the people that's supposed to be in a life of servitude. We won't acknowledge your situation. Okay.
Let's get it straight too. Like we speaking on that cause. However, it doesn't benefit white people either to be taught the critical race theory. It's no way, like, you have dealt with black people going to school for years, learning that your ancestors were slaves. I mean, come on, this shit has been going on for a long time. Long time.
Lying to the kids.
Yeah.
That seems to be
straight up.
That seems to be okay. Hey, that seems to be okay. That's widely accepted that they teach our kids about slavery. But no, now we have an industry where there's an industry that's creating young black millionaires. You hear me? And we can't seem to stand it. Yet we send our kids to school to learn about slavery.
We learn about color. We learn about black. All of this, bro. To me, at this point of the game, where we should be, we're in the fourth quarter. We're in the fourth quarter. Like, we no longer at the beginning of this shit. Like, this shit didn't move past, left us behind. We still back in the 60s when it's 2022. You know what I'm saying? It's just 2022. So they say. I don't know how that possibly, but however which way, if we're in 2022, when we started this, you see the disruption that started happening immediately before we stop in this, because there is a certain energy. It is a mystic type thing. But those that know that, and then there's us that are living it, but we don't even know that. Like, it's time to wake up and be who we are destined to be. That, you know, each one teach one, build here. If we're gonna have these race color coded conversations, put crayon in the box, depict everything from color, we always taught this shit at school. Like, it's time we were programmed. While our parents was paying the rent, we were being programmed in school. And you can see how these programs have hit each person, and they halfway don't still see that they programmed.
With that being said, we've been programmed. We are pay rents. We are paying rent while we're sending our kids to school to be indoctrinated. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's what you said, right? This is my argument. Why we cannot continue to demonize our youth. You hear me? Because they have been indoctrinated. That's my point. Exactly.
Okay.
Perception. Yeah.
Real talk. So now we dealing with it. We didn't got past it out there. So now we on even playing field, because I'm agreeing to everything you just said. Our kids have been indoctrinated. But how long do we fear our kids, or keep being in a place where you see what the indoctrination now has done? You see, they under a spell. They under a spell. So my mama used to tell me that shit a long time ago, bro. Either you gonna listen to me or you gonna listen to the white man. This is what my mama used to tell me. Like, hey, mom, if you out there, it's just all love. But I'm just telling you, like, my mom used to tell, I'll flip out, bust whatever going on. But now, see, what I'm seeing is that I was part of that program. I was going through part of them programs my damn self. So I definitely can recognize and see with the young people. It's hard. It's hard when you're trying to get likes, views. Well, we at this day and age now, and it's looked at like that's what we doing. Now, we really trying to reach. We're not doing it for those purposes. We trying to reach and build and do something bigger. We trying to raise the vibrations of the planet that we on. But however, when I'm looking at a lot of the things, it's like, what do you do? The best thing I could think to do is exactly what we doing now. We have think tanks. You don't have any people. The young people don't look at the men as OGs no more, because the OGs broke. You can't teach them how to get no money. Like, they didn't surpass you. They car is better than yours. Their finances is better than yours. What are you gonna tell them? Like, so when you deal with the fact of being taught slavery, colors, we always being held down. They gonna end Black Wall Street as soon as we come up. Martin Luther King gonna get killed. Malcolm gonna get killed. Jesus Christ is gonna get killed. Everything that looks like you, as soon as it looks like it's rising, we're gonna wipe it out. we follow these images of things in our heads, and it continues to play over and over and over, and we stay stuck in that program until we decide. Some of us decide to climb out of that box and say, look, I'm not going to be boxed in with the program.
At what age do you think how old are you now, brother?
Hey man, that's a secret thing, because it's probably been about 500 years since last time I seen you prior to now. So that's pretty deep when you start going on. You know how old somebody is. Like, that
hey,
can
man,
get kind of tricky.
What my spaceships doing? What you doing with my spaceships, man? How you get
know
a
what I'm saying? We had,
bro?
Hey, we had to come
take
in there.
that shit down. You gotta take it down, bro. They go,
hey,
you're gonna have them on us, bro. You know, we definitely from out this planet.
Yeah.
But man, I can dig that, man.
But yeah, man, racism is an ism, just like classism, racism, monotheism, colletism. Man, they have all these things.
The biggest one right now is fascism. That's the biggest thing that's going on.
You know what I'm saying?
Big bank take little bank. Give me all your shit. The motherfuckers at the top of the pyramid exploiting all your resources. And they streamlining it with this bullshit they going on in the media, this COVID shit, all that shit's a smoke screen.
Man,
protect yourself at all times.
Big time. Big time. I mean, because in the meantime, in between time, nobody owns land that you're born with a natural birthright to be here. Like if all the cars fell down, governments collapsed, if all these things weren't here, shit in Chicago, they just said murderers don't even have to pay bonds come January 1st of 2023.
It's a deal. It's a deal coming out.
Like, we in the purge?
What they was calling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not telling you this shit? They finna do this shit for real. It's close to it, bro.
Hey man, I'm trying. Hey, it's real.
They show you that shit in the movie first to get you prepared for it. You hear me?
Yeah. So it don't look like shit.
Yeah. How many of us like purge? By a show of hands, you know. Well, we our kids. You hear me? Hey, I like to see people get fucked up and killed and stabbed. Jason, Rambo, all that shit. You hear me? But oh no.
Yeah.
I'm for God forsake me listening to it on a song. You hear me? You know, God forsake me listening to it on the song. But I can watch any, God forbid anything. You hear me? I can watch. Man, this is where we at, man. So about the rappers, man, do you think the rap music is destroying the youth?
On that, I definitely know the music holds your vocals hold a vibration. I will say it that much to be as grandiose as I can.
Let's see what the brother got to say before we
let's go.
The secret meeting that changed rap music and destroyed a generation.
Damn.
So it says, hello. After more than 20 years, I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991, which I believe was one of the biggest turning points in popular music and ultimately American society. I have struggled for a long time weighing the pros and cons of making my story public, as I was reluctant to implicate the individuals who were present that day. So I've simply decided to leave out the names and all the details that may risk my personal well-being and that of those who were, like me, dragged into something they weren't ready for.
Hey, the brother said that destroyed rap music and ultimately our society. Is that not a heavy burden to put on the youth?
I personally don't think he's putting that burden on the youth. He said this happened in 1990. You know what I'm saying? So for him to say this happened in 1990 is definitely not putting that burden on the youth. However, the manifestation of what happened in 1990 that it turned out being that you see in 2022 is being reflected or made look like it's the youth. It was created back then. Now you see the birth of what they created. Like, you know, rap was not called in 1990. It wasn't called rap. It was called hip hop. And hip hop not only had, a certain beat, melody, where people told stories. It was very similar, but the difference was there was a meaning behind hip hop. Higher infinite power helping our people. Hip hop. Higher infinite power helping our people. So when you take terms and phrases, like I say, words have power. So if you have a thought process of a higher infinite power in helping your people, then 9 times out of 10, the rhythms and melodies and words that you speak are going to be totally different versus somebody saying rap. Because then after you say rap, then you say gangster rap, then you say trap music, and everything that you start associating it with after that is tied to some type of negativity. It's not that the people are doing it. The people are literally thinking, this is the best outlet, like making it to the NBA or NFL. This is the best outlet to help take care of my family. But now it's become one of the most dangerous outlets you can have. You say what?
Do you believe every time that this is my belief or my personal opinion, but I also think it's popular opinion amongst African American to when we start talking about ourselves, whether we know it or not, we automatically start thinking about something negative. Because what does the word black mean? Black Liz, black male, black market, Black Friday, cheap. You know what I mean? So that they resonate in our youth. This is the shit that they teaching the youth. They asking little girls, little black girls, the same doll, which is the pretty doll, the white doll or the black girl. The little black girls are saying the white doll. This is indoctrination. They are programming our children. So,
bro, they program the world.
Absolutely.
They program
there we
the
go.
World. How many people out here? How many people are religious? How many people have really put themselves in a box?
Yeah.
And when I say that, no pun to the religious people. No pun. But we're gonna keep it 100. Like in the Bible, in the Quran, all of these things have references to leave no stone unturned. Leave no stone unturned. So imagine if the authors of religion, the single authors, imagine if all these books came out of the same mystery school. What if all these stories were really the same story, just small different details, but like Dirty just said, your mind automatically goes to the negative. So you look for all the things that are different, but there are way more things similar than there are different. The majority of these stories from Buddha and Jesus, all of these peak characters are really the same person. Like if you look and follow their stories, you see very much similar, same instances. Basically what I'm saying is the message is the same. The guidance is the same. The only thing that people differ is you say, well, Jesus was God's only begotten son. He was born from a virgin. I don't believe what you believe because I believe his mama was a virgin. So these are the type of things that the programming does. Like until you break that program, you're going to have petty arguments with people that don't mean nothing. Like you got certain stuff will throw you, it'll take you out of there for real with something. And then you grow up and look about it, you say, did that even matter? You know what I'm saying? For shit that didn't even matter. If you would have just kept learning, if you'd have had no stone unturned, you wouldn't have anxiety. You wouldn't have PTSD. You would know the first thing you do if something happened is you just take a deep breath. You know, you follow the natural orders. Once you start following the natural orders, life would be a whole lot more simple. But hey, as far as what we believe, man, number one, don't ever allow your children to go to school and think that they were slaves because of what skin tone they were born with. 9 out of 10, them things are blessings. But this world will make it look like a curse if you let it. Like if you allow somebody to tell you, if Michael Jordan, if he missed a shot and somebody like they knew they could be, nigga, you saw it in a motherfucker, give it, you know, you saw, they started talking shit and he get in his head and then he can't play. But man, you know what Jordan would do to the average person, So when you have these abilities that's there and they lying dormant, hey, we here to activate those. That's what we here to do. And that's what we gonna do. We're gonna start hitting y'all with way more high vibrational content, because I think we've been struggling in between that. We have a lot of conversations out here for y'all people on a consistent basis. Y'all don't know the amount of time that we put into actually bringing forth y'all different content. We think about how we gonna bring this content, but I think it's about time for us to start. If we're gonna do shows like Racism in America, they was talking about racism in the 60s, it's time to take all this stuff to another level. We have to look like we really didn't level up in the meantime. We can't still be fighting the same fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? We really teachers to the whole planet. It's time to teach now.
And that's what I think he was trying to say when he was saying the youth in the entire population, is because we definitely have the influence, whether we know it or not. You know, we set the standard in music, style, you hear me, how to talk, all that shit. So whatever they want to sell, they're using the image of you to sell it. So with that being said, you know, we always have think tanks and discussions about the youth and adults and just race in general in America, classism in America, fascism in America, racism, you know, these indoctrinations, you know, God is not the author of confusion, the source, the one, whatever you identify with, you know. So like I said, the racism in America that's targeting our youth, we're being targeted. Everybody's being targeted right now. If you take yourself out of the box, you'll recognize and see beyond race and all the silly things that really don't matter, but they do matter. You know, like I say, race. And the first thing you go on the job application, okay, hey, what's your name?
Somebody.
What is your race? It matters to somebody. It matters to somebody. Except us, it seems like. So
so what do you think about Crazy Bone? What do you think about what Crazy Bone said though? Like this meeting that he didn't want to talk about. We got a message here, Corey. It's also time to come together as one. Stop letting the media, our leaders, and the elite, etc., keep the divide. Hey, that's true. That's true. Like, you know, it very much is, but it's gonna have to be under the terms of truth. Like this, the critical race, all of these things that exist, it's gonna have to get to a point where everybody is gonna have to say, look, there is a wrong or right. Like everybody's gonna have to be under the banner, the same thing. Like if it's, you know, yeah, it's just the way the media. I mean, it's hit it on the head, bro. The media, the leaders, the elite. Yeah, hold on.
I'm arguing with motherfuckers.
Michelle, you know, what's up, young lady? She said, what about the young lady playing the Little Mermaid? 1 million dislikes on the trailer. Wow, 1 million dislikes.
Because they talking about the black lady playing a Little Mermaid. They talking about she can't.
Wow.
They steal our image, you hear me? Exploit, steal everything we have, our land. This is African American land. We are the indigenous people to this land. They stealing the music, paying the rappers crumbs, you hear me? Playing the rappers crumbs, and we get on here and demonize our children. Once again, I don't have kids, so I don't know shit about kids, but if I did have kids, I wouldn't be demonizing our youth for some shit that they programmed to do, you hear me? I would concentrate on the programmer. That's where I would focus my energy on. You hear me? But the programmer, it's hard. Yeah. It's easy to tackle the program because they're left out for exploitation. They can't defend themselves. They can't get on here and say, "Hey, man, it's you know, they get demonized just for being in the ghetto." We was talking about business earlier, and dudes start talking about all type of business, man. All type of bad business. I'm like, what business, man, we're going to? Shit. I go to good black businessmen. They do great business. Shit. They gonna cut you a fair deal. Corporate America's gonna rip you off. Shit. Go pay that extra. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about your money. You hear me? The small business care about your money. He needs your money. Corporate America don't need your fucking money. So when you don't support people that's like yourself, that's when we keep digging our own holes, you know. So we're all targets in America from fascism. That's my piece.
We got a comment. The Little Mermaid.
Hold on, now fuck that shit, man. The motherfuckers be trying to be imposters and shit. What is it funny?
Look, we gotta say this, because this is the prime example. This is a prime example when I say the truth has to be told. It has to be told. All right, so you go ahead. You can read the comment. You got it.
Funny how some white folks want to hear box braids and saying it's just a hairstyle, but I can't understand the Little Maid is just a fictional character. Nobody's complaining when Elizabeth Taylor played Cleopatra, an obvious non-fictional person of color. Johnny Depp playing Tonto, a Native American. Is it Tonto or Geron? I don't know what the name of it is.
Johnny Depp playing Tonto, a Native American. Oh, I see. They can do that. I think a movie should be made casting Viola Davis as Queen Elizabeth.
Me too. That sounds like a good
sounds
like a great movie.
See, but that's why I'm saying that everything has to be truthful. Like number one, if there's gonna be a Jesus Christ, what color is Jesus Christ? Like if we're gonna go by any of these labels, or if we're gonna say color doesn't matter, because obvious
it matters to
them. Hold on, black people are the people that colors matters to the least. You talking about, we just put a graph up saying, did black people want to change schools where they are learning that they are slaves? And what's the percentage again? It was something like 80% of black people said it was okay to keep teaching slavery in school. So obviously these colors, these things have had an impact in our community, where it's causing violence, it's causing death, it's causing mental illness, it's causing a lack of us not knowing 1,000% of who we are, So I'm saying, so the truth has to come out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It has to come out. It can't be, if the Little Mermaid is black, and there's a million people that dislike the Little Mermaid because she's black, there's a problem with that. It is a fairy tale. There's a fairy tale character. We agree. But there's a problem with that, because she is totally right. If Viola Davis played Queen Elizabeth, it would be anarchy.
Outrage.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it would be anarchy. It would be anarchy. So it's like, and finding the difference. We got to get different people up here and have these discussions, because it's like, I don't want anybody to be able to run in the comments. Like, just so, you know, we want to have real discussions. We're going to start calling us the great debaters. It is great to have intellectual discussions or conversations that actually build and heal. They actually do something to create the greater goods. Because if everybody wants to be great, because I agree. Now, the media keeps the division going. The media, the elites, I don't even know what the elites are. Like, whatever it is has us all going to school, and we all learning the color thing. We all are under the spell. We all under the program. It's no way around it. Like, there's a lot of countries where people sleep on the floor. They don't even have beds. Like, we talk to have
to the Asians when they come into the town. They come to America, they got little Chinatown. You go to the Mexican neighborhood, they got a Mexican grocery store. They playing some Spanish music. You can't they worried about, you hear me? Why it don't matter to us? Why are we supposed to love?
Because we don't know our language. We don't know our language.
We're lost. You hear me? We're lost.
We lost. Like you said, it's a Mexican grocery store. Why can they build a Mexican grocery store? Because they associate Mexican with speaking Spanish. Even though that's a lie too, Spain, where they speak Spanish at, is in Europe as well. So the people that think they're Mexican were really conquered within the same time. The Louisiana Purchase that took place, that was actually British buying America, a big part of America, from France.
Those contracts.
Yeah,
Motherfucker conning you out of
shift.
land, calling you out of your land, calling you. Hell, we were contracts. I'm still on a contract. I'm on fucking parole. You hear me? I'm on a contract. We sign a contract when we get married. We sign a contract when we go to work. Everything's a fucking contract to con you out of your shit, man. My bad, brother. I'm sorry, brother. Jesus Christ, I don't know what came over me. But
because the first thing of stripping a person of their identity is to take the language. God body. You know, and we talk about this often, how this is called America where we live. There are two main languages in America, English and Spanish. In English, they speak, that language comes from England. Where's England? The Great Britain, like it's in Europe. Down below us, they speak Spanish. Where do they speak Spanish at? Spain. That's where that language comes from. So there's a known thing that the people that inhabited to this land prior to speaking English and Spanish were not from Europe. Let's get that out of there. The slavery thing didn't happen the way you all think it happened. These people that my bloodline or in, it's very important because yes, you have to take. This is how we lost our language. You know, there was a lot of things that happened right here on this land.
Let's not to cut you off, brother. I'm gonna cut you off. Right back to you real quick, so you can carry on. Because that's my people say that doesn't matter anymore. All right, motherfucker, stole your language from you, your land, your culture. That doesn't matter anymore. You hear me? We gotta get past. We gotta get past that.
I mean, bro, we do gotta get past it. We do gotta get past it. I mean, we've been fighting, bro. We've been fighting that fight for a long time. I mean, I do. Trust me, I empathize.
How do we get past it? That's my question. How?
We gotta unlearn and relearn. We gotta unlearn and relearn. It really is that simple. It's no other way. You gotta take all the junk mail, all the stuff you didn't learn in school, all the programming. You gotta throw that shit away and act like you don't know nothing, and start just from taking deep breaths. Start from inside you and let that resonate out. You can start with books and different things to take you into that direction, but your soul is located 3 inches behind your navel. Like, this is where your soul is. We born knowing. Babies are born knowing. We don't give great credence to the intelligence that we're born with. Well, we give great credence to everything outside of us, but if we start reflecting the God within us, we'll start seeing how God is connected within everything, or whatever a person, you know what I'm saying, whatever language, because bro, it's really just communication. Some people say God.
This is how they break it down in words. This is how people break it down in words. Spiritually, it's supposed to be God and devil. Words, speech, good and evil. The spirit is a balance. It's whatever. It's like us. We can't keep being good and people are being evil. People are stealing your land. Listen, that's no joke matter. You hear me? It's funny, but shit, it's funny too because we want to acknowledge it. You know, people stealing your land, your culture, your native tongue. You hear me? Erasing your history. Erasing everything you've learned, stealing everything. That's not it. That doesn't matter. We got to get, goddamn motherfucker done stole your entire legacy. You hear me? Claiming shit for you, getting paid for your labor right now. We just celebrated Labor Day. You hear me? This shit ain't, hey man, this slavery shit, this institution never disappeared. It got greater. It's not only African Americans playing, everybody is playing this game. See, the people look at the worst shit of the slaves, motherfuckers getting hung. Those were the disobedient. Most people just gone along with the course. They didn't complain. They just whistle while they work. You hear me? So they wasn't getting beaten. That's what's going on now. People just whistle while they work. Same thing.
You gotta be at work in the morning. Hey, same thing. Hey, we got another comment. Everyone got something in front of the word American except white people. We have African Americans, Native Americans, and Mexican Americans, but white people just white. Wow, man. That is straight up. Straight up.
Technically, they
Straight
the
up.
only illegal aliens here. They the only illegal aliens here. You hear me? If you want to be honest in the truth, that's the truth of the matter. Historically speaking,
yeah. So if we gonna call people aliens, yeah, then that's definitely what you 100% right. That's where it would have to go if we would consider that. If we gonna call, but see, this is the thing, bro. This is the thing. I struggle in between this whole thing. This is the only reason why I struggle in between because I say we're gonna talk about the critical race theory. But this is the one thing that makes me struggle through a lot of this. The one thing, we have developed and we have went through these institutions that we have been through now. We see the damage that it has done to our community. We see the damage. You now see brothers chasing other people that look like them. Kill that nigga, get that nigga. You know what I'm saying? They sound just like some other people sound 60, 80 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Same exact way. They sound, and if you can teach hate to any person, then yeah, when you look around society, this is what you're gonna get. But now we seeing at this point in time, whatever the system is, bro, it don't care about none of the people no more. It's totally, it's haves and have-nots. Yeah, it ain't caring about nothing. We got another comment too. What's up, Shell? She say, and they now she probably said they mad, and they now mad because they have come to realize they are now slaves. Damn, just talking about it. Definitely no. Yeah, like that they like critical race theory. Now they want to treat us the way they was treating them. Like that's what critical race theory, man. Shit, that's it. Slavery has become integrated, no doubt. Slavery is damn sure integrated. Slave to capitalism. Word. Slavery.
Capitalism, this money has no value. It's not even backed by gold. I'm rich, so I can buy all this land. Hey, this is all my land. What the fuck? They come here to the native people. They come here to talk to the motherfucker. Let's use the history they teach. Let's use the Indians, because we the real Indians. The real indigenous people to America is African American. Who would like to get on here and debate? I would love to debate it. Let's go. Any time of day. So, like I said, everything has been stolen.
Where were they when we were being mistreated?
What kind of question?
Hey, that's a good question.
I don't understand the question.
She all right. Now we need to. All right, she basically saying, she's saying everybody is now a slave to capitalism. Now they want everyone to pull together. Where were they when we were being mistreated? Now we need to band together. Like shit, I definitely, when it starts to affect them, I would hope one day we could get her up here, bro, because she got a lot of knowledge herself. But yeah, I say that is true. But damn, so do we sit back and say, hey, this is not our fight? This is not our fight.
Until it is. Until it's at your doorstep, that's when you recognize it is your fight.
Like, but okay, so the fight, I guess that's where it's at. The fight, I don't even think it is a physical battle like they did with the CERN thing. The CERN, they sped up these molecules and made these molecules crash at a certain speed to where it opened up different portals. So when you really look at that, this is a damn near like it's what you can't see. It ain't even what you can't see. Like I say, they teach us a program where we go to school, you learn what color is this crayon? What color is this crayon? Draw this tree green. They teaching you, but meanwhile, the people that are there to really care for you and teach you, they're just so busy trying to pay the rent. They so busy being a pay rent that they can't focus and tell their kids. It's really not the school's responsibility to be teaching our youth who they are and what they should be and how valuable they are to the earth's survival. we should be telling our youth this. Like,
let me
so
ask
the
you a
fact
question. Let me ask you
what's
a
that, guy?
question, bro. This is to the whole African American population in America right now. If I was to pull up a picture and be like this, who would you think? Who was this? Nah, be for real. Not being funny.
Nah, I'm saying. Nah, I mean, they gonna say it's Jesus, brother.
Okay,
they gonna say it's
we're gonna
Jesus.
say. And would you say African Americans, majority of us believe in that image to be the Son of God? No matter what you're in. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so if God's Son looks like this, surely his Father looks like him. You hear me? This is why we don't see anything the matter with people standing on our backs or oppressing us. You hear me? We see them in the image of God. Now, just imagine the psyche of African American. See this, they say it don't matter that they teach our kids. What the fuck would, hey man, they got you motherfucking different. You praising motherfucking different race in the image of God, and this shit don't matter. You hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the rap music. The rap music is destroying. Man, these motherfuckers been having our minds since we was babies.
Yeah. That's real.
But it's the rap music.
That's real.
Hey man, stop blaming.
Hey, not. Yeah. Hey, no, what you saying is real. What you saying is real. However, if we gonna ever get it together, at some point we gotta start getting it together. It still can't be no passes, bro. You can't come up and shoot up. You can't spin the block. You can't spin the block and shoot up the neighborhood with people and little kids in this motherfucker. Like, no, you can't do that. It's still gonna have to be a cutoff to the bullshit. I'm not blaming them, but the next rapper get up and smoke and laugh about somebody being dead, and bro, that shit, it have to be an end. If it can't end to that, then yeah, we forced, bro, because that shit is it's another expression of genocide. Now I'm saying we are doing our part. I see. Hold on. The Bible we have here was banned in UK. Damn.
Where is he? Where is she at? Where is that person at? Where is
she's saying in the US? She's saying the Bible that we have here in the US was banned in the UK. It was
distributed to the slaves to control them, or anybody as
well. Talk.
Because white people believe sheep need shepherds. Sheep need shepherds.
Yeah.
Who is the sheep? What is the shepherd? You know,
everybody's under the Holy Ghost spell. It's a ghost spell.
Gospel.
The Holy Ghost spell.
The gospel.
It's the Holy Ghost spell. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, man, I mean, and this whole presentation or conversation is to inform. It's not to insult. Information is all it is information. You don't have to agree. You can agree or disagree. Just pull up and chop, spit your piece.
If you disagree with anything, please come up here. We will drop we will drop at any given time. We will drop that in the description, and you can come up, like pull up and chop it up, because we love to hear different perspectives. You might tighten us up on our game, inform us of something we don't quite know. Like, we all love being enlightened. Corey Taylor, what's up, guy? Body CT. Is there a reason why certain books were kept out of the Bible by the Catholic Church? Of course there were reasons. Of course, no doubt. Do you know what occult knowledge means? Occult means hidden. It means hidden. But you would think by the word occult, but because they say these people were in cults, you would think it's some bad thing. But no, occult means hidden knowledge. So yeah, man, there are if it would be illustrated, it would destroy the whole institution of Christianity. You 100%. If it was illustrated, it would definitely destroy the whole institution. It would destroy a whole lot of the religious institutions. Because that really is, people want to figure out how people could come together. That's the way we could come together. Like, I just watched a clip where they brought the Bible to Shaka Zulu in the movie Shaka Zulu, and he said, "Who is this Jesus, the Kings of Kings? Is this your God?" They start saying, "Nah, shit, he's not my God. It's his God." You know, so the other white dude, he described to him who Jesus is. They asked him, "Do he believe it?" He say, "No, he don't really believe in it. He don't really believe in it." So this is the whole thing that we have come to. I think that the different cultures of people can come together, but it can't be with the people that are in a box. If you believe that you in this box and you can't outgrow, or your mind can't think outside of the realm that you already feel like you would fit in, then you're probably not going to fit in that next realm. Like there's a 3D and people are elevating to 5D, a way of thinking. They're seeing things from a different light spectrum. So if you think that you have all the answers and you're finished growing, there's no reason to talk about building or growing with a person that know everything. But if you're still in the midst of growing, and you still know that you might learn something tomorrow and the next day and the next day, you're going to grow stronger, then you are definitely something to build and deal with. Like you're a reckon. And that don't matter what color you are. That don't matter what nationality. It don't matter nothing. But yeah, the thing we're not going to do here is we definitely not going to be in the box. There is no blind like those who refuse to see. Man, you're right about that. Damn. There is no blind like those who refuse to see. That's true. Yeah, that's 1,000.
Yeah, the ones that sleep, yeah, they refuse.
Yeah.
I think that's the African American experience about racism. We walk around with our head down and we act like we don't see this shit. Nigga, I'm like, motherfucking nigga, I know you see this shit going on, nigga. Yeah. You hear me? But I'm in a nice house, I'm in a nice car, and it's rather unfortunate. It's like the commercial that come on with Little Mambu, just for 10 cents a day. You can feed Little Mambutu. Little Mambutu got flies and shit, a little belly and shit. He looking at this motherfucker. He can't even speak language. He's saying devil. He say devil. He can say that. He like, I'm talking about
they got cameras. Man.
Exploiting them.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. This game is being ran on you. Everybody. Shit.
Yeah.
Who wants to be a billionaire? So targeted, man, is illegal in the NFL, and it should be illegal for us to target our youth because we are already targeted. Yeah.
Dirty. So versus targeting the youth, when you learn what Crazy Bone said in that interview, what do you think that can be done strictly on the part that the youth is totally not to blame for? They not to blame for the music and the way it's gotten out of hand. I told you, and you didn't even believe me when I told you the execs were telling these rappers, this is what you got to rap about. Like, people was thinking this shit didn't exist, bro. This has been in the making for a long time. It's either you gonna rap about drugs, gangs, either you gonna fit this image or you're not gonna get promoted like that. Like, in this, there will be no more God like, you know, they not gonna let you be the Messiah coming through the rap industry. They gonna say that, well, you gonna get wiped out. Yeah. Art imitates life. Real talk. Art definitely imitates life.
Hey, the rap music is an African American horror story that the people that's living the good life, that know everything, that don't need to be taught nothing, that's walking around acting like they can't see this shit. You hear what they motherfucking heads down? You hear me? Rap music is the American horror story, the trauma story. This is how you treat a people from its inception, and you pointing them at them. Look at them like this. Look at the niggers.
Yeah.
Look how you treated them from the inception, and look at how the fuck they acted. Yeah. So as long as we let these motherfuckers define us, we always gonna be animals and shit. You hear me? We can't let motherfuckers define us. We supposed to define our motherfucking selves. You hear me? So they always painting us on image. Every time you see all the great shit we do for this motherfucking country in the Olympics, music, sports, we would make this motherfucking country great. They built this motherfucker for free off our back, off our blood, sweat, and tears. You hear me? But none of that matters. You hear me? That we continue to get exploited. You hear me? For slave labor, cheaply, you still get nothing.
Nah, that's real. Man. Yeah, and the Corey saying here, he said we attach our value. Let me go back a little bit because I'm gonna get to that too. She said they will not let anything positive get on the airplay. That's definitely true because it will not promote their agenda. We have to attach our,
when you say that.
Yeah.
Shit. Now, motherfuckers on the airplay, these the same people talking about rap music. These motherfuckers is watching some serial killer shit right now. You hear me? Since when did audio shit become more important than visuals? You hear me? Music has a vibration and it's a compelling argument. It makes you dance and all that shit. But nigga, have you ever seen a motherfucker get killed? But nigga, have you ever seen a motherfucker get killed? And listening to a motherfucker talking about it is a totally different experience. You're talking about visuals and art and audio. Go ahead.
But did you hear what she said? She said art imitates life. This rap, this hip hop, art imitates life.
One more
this
time.
Poetry, art imitates life. Art imitates life. So that is the difference between that vibration is the difference between the movies and the actual art of poetry. If you're writing
about shit that's really going on in their lives, correct?
But a lot of times it's not. A lot of time what the rapper's talking about is an illusion of it's what they make happen in their life. If you say, nigga, I'm in a strip club throwing 100 bands. Yeah, you did it last night. You threw 100 bands, but you could have threw 100 bands anywhere. So it's not saying. I'm not saying that what they say. It's not like no truthful shit. Like you was beat with a whip as you with a slave. Nah, they are making these people with a fucked up mentality become millionaires. You say what?
Have you seen Saw?
I have definitely seen
Saw. I never heard
Saw.
nobody say, "Oh my goodness, I can't watch Saw." I can't watch Saw anymore.
Hey, listen, what I'm saying is this.
We say it's disgusting. I can't listen to rap music. I gotta turn my back on rap music, and I don't gotta turn my back on Saw.
All right, so tell me this. I answered the question about Saw, but first of all, let's compare music to music. Why aren't there any songs on the country radio stations or Latin radio stations or rock and roll radio stations that are as degrading as the things that you hear coming out of the rap songs? Why does that not exist on any of those other stations?
Why does it not exist on it? Tell me about it. I don't know. I'm listening to you. Are you asking me why it doesn't exist?
Yeah, I'm asking because we compare movies.
Because it's the same motherfuckers. Because it's the same motherfuckers that's making Jason.
Exactly.
That's making the same motherfuckers that own the music, they own the movies.
Yeah.
You hear me?
And they know the effect.
And the media.
They know the effect of the music, bro. They know the effect. You damn sure right. You damn sure right. You damn sure right. But they know the effect of the music, bro. Like it's not by accident. Words have power. The term gangster rap was initiated by the government themselves. That's definitely true. Same reason they aren't videos on the internet with tons of white folks acting ignorant. She's damn right, bro. Like it's right. Just like we say, little Mbutu, 10 cents a day. If you want to accomplish something, you want to sell gay. The white, it really was a white male agenda that formed this LGBT stuff, that the way they run in that part. But it works better but look at the shows, the P-Valleys, where they got men with beards dressed like a woman. What I'm saying is you use these people that look like us when you want to sell anything. When you want to sell the president, when it's fucked up, fuck it. Bring Obama in. Let him do shit fucked up, and they won't even look at it as fucked up if Obama did it because he black. We still have to start seeing, is she right? There is no blind like the person who doesn't want to see, bro. At some point, we're going to have to open our eyes. We're going to have to open our eyes, bro, and quit. I'm not saying, I never would want to say shame or blame the victim. Like, I'm ready. We here with that. Yeah, we didn't been victimized. We didn't been through all of that. However, us here in this life, we have been made slaves by mental slaves. We not even physically slave. We mentally slave. So we got to change the mentality. We got to change the mentality. Well, go ahead. Go ahead, run it.
We're physical and mental slaves because we continue to do free slave labor for corporations who get the majority of the money, paint any narrative, and I'll tell you how we're in a position of submission. You hear me? And that's whether it's Hollywood, the NBA, labor force, or whether you're impoverished, whether you're in middle class, or whether you're wealthy, they're standing on your back. The rich, wealthy white people, and they standing on everybody else's back too. It's not a color thing. The West, it's a class thing. You hear me? The 10 stars stand on all the 9 stairs on the backs of all the 9 ones. 9 stands on all the backs of the 8, and so on. It's a hierarchy. It's a motherfucking takeover, fascism. But what I say, I haven't disagreed with nothing you said the whole motherfucking show about the
real
music.
talk.
But
real talk.
You know my question. Why is it only pointed out with us? Why do you
I
only
just
hear
explained.
black
I
on
just
black crime?
explained it.
No,
I
you
just
don't hear,
explained it.
but black people ain't shooting up no motherfucking going to Vegas shooting up no 65 motherfuckers.
But
Niggas
see,
ain't
this
doing
is the
shit.
part.
Niggas don't do shit like that. Why does get more? Okay, what that the PNB will get killed? That gets more publicity because she did say they control the media. Whoever controls the media controls the narrative. So if I plan the media,
exactly.
Okay, that's the agenda.
Yeah.
So the motherfucker we're targets being African Americans, period.
Because that's the agenda.
That's the agenda.
We acknowledging it. It's been getting acknowledged the whole time. The whole time that's been getting acknowledged.
That's my argument.
Okay, so this is it. Do we keep, if we know the agenda, we say, oh, you blame the kids, go ahead, keep rapping about killing everybody and all that. At some point, bro, we have to keep it real. That's what I'm saying. We can't perpetuate.
Is that not keeping it? Is that's not what going on in America? Is that real or fake? Motherfuckers ain't getting killed in America.
They are. Hold on, but look, that's what I'm. But okay, so if we knew, all right, let's break this down. Let's break this down.
Before we all got that, I'm gonna say this real quick. The motherfuckers killing motherfuckers and selling drugs not supposed to talk about it, but the people who don't even do this shit is supposed to talk about it. That's backwards. Right?
Hold on. No, I don't think it's backwards because this is what I'm gonna say to what you just said. The people who selling drugs or whatever we put on that, the people who talking about they really doing it, bro, they doing it from a bullshit level and going to jail. They don't own no ships. I'm gonna kick it back to the what the nigga said a long time ago. Shit coming from Costa Rica on planes. They don't own no boats, ships, planes, trucks, buses. They don't own a non-motherfucking thing. So hell nah, you don't sell it. You a peon in what they talking about. So hell nah. We not drug dealers. We not none of that shit. So I don't like the labels. So hell yeah, if I'm gonna argue with another person that look like me over, should you talk about it if you ain't really doing it? And nigga, I'm really doing it. And this and that shit, bro. We gotta be past. We gotta be past that shit. I understand.
If King Von make a song and it go platinum and vice versa, he's a great storyteller or something.
They fantasize. That's real time. Oh no, she said it here.
People making money talking about it, rapping or lying. They fantasizing. Yeah, they fantasizing. They not doing none of that shit.
Some of them are. Some of them really are, bro.
A small percentage. A small percentage is running around killing and dope dealing. But the
I'm only saying it because I know one. Because I know one. Bullshit.
If they was doing that shit, they wouldn't have time to talk about it.
Hey, Shell, look up Mo3. I ain't gonna talk too much about it, but yeah, we'll just leave it on that. Some of them, you know, I don't know, you know, it's a little different. Some people
it's a war zone out here, man.
Yeah, so some people say
they said, you no longer have to have legal. You no longer have a license to carry a legal firearm. It's open carry.
Yeah.
Everybody can carry guns. You hear me? You don't have to have a license, any training. It's liquor stores everywhere. It's drugs everywhere.
Yeah.
Purdue, Johnson & Johnson. It's an opioid epidemic, according to Uncle Sam. It's a state of addiction. It's a pandemic. It's a health pandemic going on, a financial crisis, a health crisis, a mental health crisis. And we're sitting on here and interrogating the rappers, the poor little chappies. Poor little chappies.
Poor
little chappies. I feel sorry for their the African American youth to have to bear such a burden. They have to bear such a burden that the politicians should have to. The politicians should have to be worried about what your children are learning and responsible for gun violence. And not the poor rappers. You know, Jesus Christ, man. I don't know, man. God, man. I don't even got no. I don't. What the fuck do I know though? I don't got no kids, you hear me? So I need to shut the fuck up, bro. I don't know shit about kids, I guess, you hear me? But I know we're not supposed to be doing that, you hear me? I know we ain't supposed to be doing that shit, nigga.
Yeah,
shit.
nah, that's real.
God
that's
damn.
real.
Jesus
that's real.
Christ.
That's real. Man.
Hey man, what's going? I appreciate the you know, the insight. You know, we
I like
we got the perceptions, you hear me? Then we don't got to agree. I disagree with most of that shit you were saying tonight, and I agree with a little bit of it.
Real shit. Hey, we gotta bounce that shit out. Hey, and we definitely appreciate everybody in the comments too, man. Y'all held up like great question.
The ones who don't got ulterior motives, man. We appreciate all that shit, man. Pull up, chop and pop, pull up. We ready for y'all. We ready to work, reach one, teach one, build and heal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit.
Like, share, subscribe, 420 kids. Knowledge is key. And man, like, one love. Hey, we ain't gonna talk too much. We just gonna do it. We're gonna keep working. And whoever wanna pop up, man, we always open to have guests. We love to have these think tanks bounce ideas back and forth. Yeah. Build here, each one, teach one, real problems, real solutions. Real people.
Please give us some subscriptions. We are new channel and we need subscriptions. So like, share, and subscribe. Pretty please. Hey man, y'all have a good night. Guys and goddesses. Peace.